Good, heavy.
Here we go. First topic of the night, man. Is it a make or break year for Massage, aka Deshaun Watson?
Massage Watson.
Oh my mama.
All right, as far as Massage Watson, I call him Massage for short, right? I mean, here's the thing. What is one of his best weapons is Amari Cooper. He is throwing it down the field to him, killing it. Joe Flacco comes in, wacko Flacco. He's throwing it to him too, bombing it like crazy. But he also will heavily rely on a David Njoku, right? Just like he relied all the way back in the day on a Dennis Pitta and guys, you know what I mean? Gary Barnage, who's actually in our league with us. Shout out to him, right? Flacco, he knows to utilize that portion of the field. My man Peacock, remember he said Watson don't even really be looking to the tight ends like that. So it's like Watson to me, we should expect what we always have seen from him, and now we have to worry about it not being that because he's coming off this injury, and he's not as aggressive as a Flacco. And he'll go down the field to Cooper, so we should like Cooper. But man, what about everybody else? So if we're talking about bounce back, I'm related to fantasy. In reality, he's definitely due for a bounce back because this is a good-ass team. You know what I mean? All he has to do is drive the car. The one thing you got to worry about a Kevin Stefanski offense is when you don't have your guy, Nick Chubb, right? You got Jalen Ford. You got your guy. What's your guy, man? Come on. Robbins.
Aiden Robbins,
right? Because they're gonna enforce the run heavy when it's someone like Watson. You know why? This is still Watson learning this offense. We've never seen them unleash the offense with Watson because he probably doesn't know a lot of the playbook like that. That's why they were able to call Joe Flacco off the couch because he played under Gary Kubiak, and Kevin Stefanski is a product of Gary Kubiak, so he was able to call Flacco, and they got into the playoffs.
Money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Watson, he probably doesn't. This is where Cleveland fucked up. They probably don't have the right guy for that system.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. But because that system, you need a run game you can lean on. So you just can you tell me Jalen Ford and Deontay Foreman and Aiden Robbins, they can hold it down until Chubb comes back, or because I live in a world Chubb doesn't come back until like week 8, 9. You know what I mean?
Right. And when he comes back, is he the same Chubb too though? Because that was a mass injury, bro. 100%. He tore
on the same. Was it the same surgically repaired knee from college?
Now that I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna.
Because if not, he got 2 of them then. Oh, we only got 2 bad knees. Right. If you got 2 bad knees, because you only got 2 knees.
Oh, every time, right? Thanks. But Watson though was 27th in red zone accuracy, and his passer rating versus man was 89.7.
And how many? Because how many pass attempts did he have in his little year sample size last year? Because he qualified
171.
Okay, so you probably need like 150 to qualify for these metrics, right? So I can argue and say those numbers are skewed.
No, facts. And
that's a per game basis, which is still good. It's still good to gauge when you want to make a case, right? Like I said, I think he could bounce back in fantasy. I mean, I think it's gonna be hard for him to bounce back in fantasy because if they can do what they want to do, run the ball, play defense, they're not a team that wants to shoot it out with everyone. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. And he's never went over 300 yards in the 12 games that he's played with Cleveland. So he's definitely not a fantasy player for sure.
He had the one game good against Tennessee last year, right? I think it was week 2 or 3.
Well, he had 2 20-point games last year and then 2 20-point games the year before.
But goddamn, he doesn't look good too.
Right.
And he takes a hit. You know what I mean? He'll take a hit to the ass. Boom, pause. You know what I mean?
Oh, my mama.
And he'll take a hit straight to the ass. Take a sack straight to the ass. Pause.
100%. And then, like how you let off, though, they don't need him to do a whole lot with what they have around him, especially with that offensive line that they have as well, too. Though, that's one thing that they have for sure is that run game, and they got explosive playmakers on the outside, especially bringing. You think Judy has a all right year this year to where he's kind of I mean, well, if the quarterback ain't too much fantasy relevant, I guess you really can't tie to it.
Okay, yeah. How about this? The question of this is what I heard you say. Is Judy gonna make Watson better for us in fantasy? Yeah, hell yeah. Judy's and they should keep him out wide because this is a team that's gonna run a bunch of 12 personnel and I don't know if this is official, what they call it, 13 personnel when you have 3 tight ends, right? They always run hella 2 tight end and 3 tight end sets for real, where it'll just have Cooper on the field if there's 3 tight ends as the only receiver for real. Or if they're going 12 personnel, it's going to be Judy out wide. He's good out wide. They try to make him like this little like mini Calvin Ridley type out of the slot. Like that's what everyone tried to make him to be coming out of Alabama. Like nah, man, he's better out wide. Like he beats pressing, man. He's that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you're gonna get the lesser coverage because you're opposite of Cooper, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is really I don't really want to have those guys, but he will help him and Njoku. Those guys will help a Watson. You know what I mean? In fantasy, reality, like I said, man, it's gonna be their defense in that, and they're just in a bad division, or like a badass division. You know,
it's the black and blue for sure.
And if anyone wants to compare what they think they can expect out of Watson, what they saw what Flacco did, Flacco would straight up call an audible. They'd be like, nah, we're not running it. We're doing this. And then boom, and just move the ball down the field. He was doing that shit every fucking time because he knows the system and he's a wily veteran.
See, that's the thing. And so with Watson, with the dough that he got, and you would expect him to put up those numbers, but Cleveland, they so thirsty for just somebody to be
anybody,
100%, and he ain't gave.
They even had Baker. They had Baker coming off a shoulder injury, and the year before that, right? So they picked up his 5th-year option, right? So they didn't pay him after he beat the Steelers in the playoffs, right? Like this is right, and then they get the chance at Watson. And if it's any organization that can never get their hands on one of those guys because you're not a draw in free agency, it's Cleveland. So when they had a chance at a dirty Watson, they're like, imagine that conversation is like, hey, we want to keep making them highest paid guaranteed quarterback in history. That way you can have all the money to combat all those cases you have. Deal. Boom. Because then he settled all those cases. Non-disclosed, so we don't know how much money he spent, but he had $230 million guaranteed monies.
Yeah. Hey, so he did what Puffy doing right now, because you see what Puffy selling his motherfucking mansion right now. Is he playing for free, bro? Because he settled the case.
Hey, if you're playing for free, right? You know what's funny about that? Remember what happened to Watson when he got hurt? Owie.
Yeah, right.
I can't play.
100%.
Then they said, fuck no, you're going to play. He plays, gets for real hurt, because he was hurt to begin with. Need a surgery now, IR. He was chilling, getting sensual massages, I'm sure.
And still getting them checks.
It's a dirty game, y'all.
100%. Facts. Yeah, so fantasy wise, we definitely on the same page. Staying away from him. I drafted him last year. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, super flex. If I can get him as like a third in a 12-team super flex redraft, I can get him as a third. That's fucking killer. And then in a 14-team super flex redraft, if I get him as my number 2, waiting a bit, I'm with that shit, Brody.
For sure.
You feel me? But I would much rather have the Staffies pause and the Rodgerses and the Bakerses and even the fucking goddamn Will Levises, like if I'm gonna go the dirtier route, you know what I mean?
No, I ain't mad at the Will Levis.
Those ones ain't that dirty too.
You know what?
Will Levises is that's really dirty.
But I ain't mad at the Will Levis take though.
I'm not mad at it either.
Well, with
But it
Callahan,
feels real mayonnaise-y, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, for sure.
Feels real mayonnaise-y.
Let's get into the next. You got anything going on the Watson take?
I think if he comes back to like, how about this is my last take. If he comes back to fantasy greatness and gets that team into the playoffs and goes on a deep run, but doesn't win a Super Bowl or even get to the Super Bowl, they will still not call him the comeback player of the year.
No, not at all. He's not getting no awards.
No. They don't like him.
They don't like him.
They don't like us.
They didn't like the Browns making that move neither, though.
No, because imagine all the owners. They called each other, you see what this motherfucker's doing? Yeah, I know, right? Man, this is Jerry Jones. Yeah, motherfucker. You know why? Because they made him a guaranteed 230. And then you know who loved that, though? All the Players Association. Lamar Jackson was like, fuck yeah, blood. 100%. Get that money.
We need that.
Coming up next.
I'm coming up next. Oh.
You know, remember even Jalen Hurts? Hell yeah. It's all, you know, it all falls in order. And then even a guy like when you reset the market, you have the ability to chill and wait. And then, like for example, Mahomes, because once you reset the market, when he did, he got like the $50 million a year, right? Then he just kept restructuring every year, so he's still getting $50 million, but not against the cap. You know what I mean? And then the Patriots did that for years, bro. And then they didn't. But the rest of the league just didn't know they can do that or something. You know what I mean? Like cash over cap is what they call it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, and then you just continue to be able to have your guy locked in and see. But is Cleveland not one of the poor ran organizations?
But you need your quarterback to be team friendly, and that's what Mahomes. Because Mahomes' deal compared to what these other quarterbacks is about to sign for is team friendly. Just like how Brady was team friendly after they started going on them runs. Brady is like, look, man, I'm with it, man. Whatever you got to do to get these dudes, okay, I'll get my money off of Uggs and whatever.
And avocados.
Oh, my mama, no fact. You got it.
Every time you guys eat guacamole, you're putting money in Tom Brady's pocket. I bet you he owns like 10% of the avocado in the world, bro.
In California, nigga, one avocado is like $3 fucking.
Come on, bro. Hey, we're in the wrong game.
Everything.
We need to start selling them avocados, B.
Oh, everything.
That's the good fats.
Hey, we gonna run them motherfuckers straight from Mexico.
Man, we're running the keto diet. Hey, everybody knows about ketogenic diets. It's all about avocados.
Oh, my mama. Avocado ice cream around this bitch. Brady is.
Let's go.
Last thing on my thing on the boy Watson. Like about how they was mad about how Cleveland gave that boy that money. But how they gonna be mad at Watson? And remember how Brady checked one of them boys at the rope about talking about Robert Kraft down there in Florida getting a happy ending. So look, they're picking and choosing who they be when it comes to them happy endings, bro, on everything.
Oh yeah, with Bob Kraft.
Yeah, Bob Kraft.
And you know what he did? Hey, Bob Kraft was like, listen, don't say anything, and I'll give you 0.5% of. And you know he kind of talks like that too. I'll give you 0.5% of the Kraft mac and cheese empire. Like, boom, done. You know what I mean, bro? Every time look at my daughter right here. She eats mac and cheese all day. We've been putting money unknowingly in Robert Kraft's pocket. See that?
100%. and every kid across America too.
Hey, the Kraft mac and cheese, B. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my mama.